So 2024, I think I would split it into two halves. You've got up until the general election, which was July the 4th, and then you've got from July 4th to where we are just now. So if you look at the first 6 months, they were terrible for the SNP and the SNP government. You had the whole trauma of Humza's short-lived, ill-fated spell as First Minister coming to a close through his cack-handed sort of termination of the agreement with the Greens. You had the Michael Matheson scandal just rumbling on and on until he finally got suspended. And then at the same time you had the rise of Labour across the UK and in Scotland as well, them doing really well in the polls, all culminating in that incredible general election result where I think Labour ended up with 37 seats in Scotland and the SNP fell to below 10. Not quite a wipeout, but it was a bit of a massacre. So, you know, if the year had ended on July the 4th, people would be saying it was awful for the Scottish National Party and it was a brilliant year for Anas Sarwar.
Yeah, they would, but unfortunately for Anas Sarwar, we had another 6 months to go, which happened to be the first 6 months of the Labour government, which, you know, I think when Labour won the general election so spectacularly, everyone said, well, this could be a really good thing for Anas, or it could be bad, depending on how well Labour does in government. And I think, unfortunately, we're seeing now that things aren't maybe going so well for Labour. There's obviously a few high-profile sort of policies that they've had to not U-turn on, but, you know, for example, even yesterday, the WASPy stuff, the winter fuel allowance, all these things that are making them kind of deeply unpopular with people. And that is, you know, sadly going to have a knock-on impact for Anas when it comes to the Holyrood elections.